What's up everyone, welcome back to another episode of our 2D Java game development series. And as you may notice, I'm on a Mac today. And I'm going to be switching to my Mac because it does run a lot faster and the screen's quite a bit bigger, so hopefully the quality is better for you as well. So, I did figure out a fix for the screen not popping up. So as you can see, a screen panel, and make sure you import that. Then we want to set the size to the same as our JFrame. So we would just want to do window.width and window.height. Make sure you set it visible. And then this just needs to be changed to paint component. And then we just call this super paint component. Alright, now that we have that, if we go back into our window, just make sure you have this repaint in there as well. Any more issues with that gray screen? So let's get started. Today I do want to start by adding images into this. So I do have a problem with the way this looks. Actually, I can close all those. Yeah, so let's go into our tile class, and I'm going to change this maybe down to 24 and 12. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that looks a lot better in my opinion. Just a subtle color difference for these. Alright, so this is Marcus Pearson did it in Minecraft, and we just create a new, and we'll make it, I don't know, 128 by 128. So now we have this, and basically we just want to draw little squares so we know where our boundaries are for each entity. So I already have that set up with a pattern. So as you can see, the pattern is 16 by 16 pixels. So now that we have that, let's get to drawing. Alright, so as you can see, I made a little rock here and a little cut down tree type of thing. Stump, that's the word I was looking for. So we want to import these into the game. So let's start off by just saving this. Alright, so once you're in your game folder, we want to create a new folder called res, and that's just short for resources. And we can name this tiles.png. So we can quit out of Photoshop. So one other thing I want to do inside of our tile function, so inside of here we want to create a variable that's going to be a boolean called draw tile sheet. So next we want to create a function that returns a tile, and just do set draw from image. So we want to do draw tile sheet is equal to true and return this. Alright, so now inside of our render function, we want to check if draw tile sheet is true. If it's not, we want to draw it like a normal block, like our ground and everything, how we have that set up already. Then we'll do else g.set color color.white, and then we want to draw image here. So we're gonna need an image. So we'll do a private static buffered image tile sheet. And I'm going to show you the best way to load in images where if you want to draw them again, it won't reload them. So it saves on time loading and your resources. So inside of our GUI class, let's start off by creating a private static hash map with a string and a buffered image. We'll just call this images. Yeah, so down here, we want to create a public static buffered image, get image with a string for the path. So now we want to do if, well, let's check to make sure our hash map isn't null. So if images equals null, then images is equal to a new hash map string buffered image, and close that. Next, we want to check if images dot contains key, which the key is the first item and value is the second, which would be buffered image in this case. So we want to check if it contains the key of our path, and if it does, then we want to return images dot get path. Otherwise, we want to load image at path, and that's going to be a new private void get image path, or string path, sorry. Oops, I meant load image. Oh, so we gotta make this a static actually. So private static void load image, and then once we've loaded the image, we can return images.get path. So an easier way to do this is to just do that, check if it does not contain, and then load the image, and it'll finally get that image. Okay, next we want to create a buffered image called img and set it to null. We want to create a try and catch statement to catch any exceptions we may have, and then we'll just system.out.print could not load image at plus path. Okay, so after a little bit of debugging, I was able to figure out that it's actually supposed to be this path to get the image loaded. So if you just copy this and put in your program, it should work. So next we want to do images dot put path and image. So let's see if this works. Let's go into our GUI in game to do some testing, and we will create just a public buffered image test, and then do test is equal to GUI.getImage tiles.png, and then above everything we just want to do g.drawImage. Oh, come on. What is it? Draw image. I will do test 0, 0, and then null. Let's see what we get. As you can see, that is our sprite image, or tile sheet, I should say. Let's just erase all this test stuff and go into our tiles class. So we want to initialize this. So we will do if tile sheet equals null, tile sheet is equal to GUI.getImage tiles.png. All right. So now we want to g.drawImage tile sheet, and we want to do pose x times tile size pose y times tile size. Then we need to get the ID of where that image is. So we'll do null for this. Actually, this will probably be width and height, I believe. So tile size by tile size. And then this here will be where that image is loaded. So set draw from image, and we'll take in an ID. So private int tile image ID. And actually we can erase the boolean. So let's just do this dot tile image ID is equal to -1. And here we want to check if tile image ID is greater than 0 or is less than 0. Then we draw a normal tile, otherwise we will draw the image. So in this, we'll just set tile image, ID is equal to ID. So let's figure out how to get the location by a single ID. So let's make an integer for ID x is equal to, or we'll just do 0 for right now, and int ID x, or ID y is equal to 0. So our sprite sheet is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 8. So we want to do IDX is equal to tile image ID, and that will be divided by 8. Correction, that'll be the percentage sign. So what that means is if your tile image ID is greater than 8, it'll set IDX to 0, and then so on and so forth. And then IDY is tile image ID divided by 8. So let's do IDX, IDY, IDX plus 8, and IDY, actually it's plus 16. because that's how big our tiles are. They're 16 by 16. So let's see if this works. Let's create a new tile. I'm just gonna copy tile stone and we'll just call this tile rock. So inside of tile rock, actually, I never changed these. So this will be 2 for stone, dirt will be 1, and then grass is 0. Rock can be 3, and we'll call it rock. And then color doesn't even matter, so we can just set it to color.white. Who cares? So now below this, we want to do set draw from tile image and the ID of 0. So now that we have that set, let's go back into our GUI in game class. And let's just do another test tile. So private tile test. And we'll do it above here. Test is equal to a new tile rock. Then we'll draw our tile rock at 5, 5 with a graphics component. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that is huge, but it is working, kind of. So we have our rock here, and it's only drawing the rock. So this would be X and Y, width and height, IDX, IDY, IDX plus 16. Does this change the size of it? I can't tell. We'll keep that open and see. Yeah, so it does. Okay, so looking at the draw image class, if it'll open it up. I don't know if it will. There we go. So you can see DX1 is the first corner, DX2 is the second corner. So we just want to do this, and it should be plus tile size. And I think that should be the right size for us. So as you can see, there's our rock, and it is on the 5th tile. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So this would be 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, and 5, 5. So now let's just random is inside of our GUI in game. We'll create a new array for decoration tiles, and they're not really decoration because we're going to be able to do things with them, but for right now we'll just keep it that. So we want to initialize deck tiles is equal to new tile, and then we're going to just copy tiles dot length, oops, and tiles 0 dot length. Now for all this, we also want to put another random, so this, let's just make this a little more neat, and give ourselves a little note here. Drawing ground tiles here. And drawing decoration tiles here. Okay. So, if new random next int, we'll say out of 100 is less than 20, then deck tiles at x and y is equal to a new tile rock. All right. So next we just need to draw it, but we need to check if it's not null. So if deck tiles at x and y does not equal null, then we want to draw it, render it at x and y and g. Let's see how that looks. And there we go. We've got rocks all around our world. And then you can do the same thing. Let's make this a little more rare. We'll do like 5, and then same thing. Otherwise, if that's less than 10, then we'll do a log. But we just need to create a tile log, or we'll call it stump. And for stump, and ID of 1. So do a tile stump. And let's see what that looks like. A bunch of rocks. And a bunch of rocks. No stumps. Because this is trying to be a stump, I tried to do that. So we want the starting ID of x to be multiplied by 16. And then same thing with this one, plus 16, ID y times 16, and times 16 plus 16. And that'll fix it. We've got our stumps drawing here. Rocks and stumps all over the place. So what I want to be able to do is to mine these rocks and chop down these stumps and get wood, and that way we can like craft things or whatever we want to do with it. So we'll get there eventually, and then we'll also not have this black area here. There's a lot more to come and a lot more to learn, so I hope you guys stick around, and if you enjoy this series, just leave a like and subscribe, and I will be posting more videos as time goes on, and we will get further and further in depth in this project, and then who knows, maybe it'll actually become a game. But for now, I hope you enjoy, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching.